等一下，我想看我是到底改了什么才好的。我把这个删掉看看。因为我刚刚改了2个东西啊，我想知道是哪一个。干，原来是这样哦，鸡掰了，白痴哦。你要把那个平台改成中文就好了。有没有那个啊？它有没有显示字幕啊？终于可以玩了！我的天！我从来没有觉得自己的家人奇怪。哎，我还没看完呢，屁呀！太快了吧，这游戏！你笨嘞！你们有看完吗？是我看太慢吗？11岁前一直住在这里，有一半的房间不让我进入。我什么都没点啊，他自己就跳这么快啊！
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
这真的不是恐怖游戏吗？
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
有点恐怖，我觉得不算是。不算是什么意思？
Didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
为什么有2条路？这2条路引起我的好奇心。悬疑。呱呱呱呱呱呱！
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
哇，好好，年纪轻轻就有房子。
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
他会自己控制我的镜头是怎么回事啊？哇，这个房子真他妈的，这里谁建的啊？是天才吧？
The way I'd been dreaming about it.
所以往上走会怎样？我也不知道。
The house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
这个房子让我感觉很不舒服。
As a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
我害怕这栋房子。这根本就是恐怖游戏吧？他妈在唬啊！还有这个恐怖游戏必备的。干嘛？你要从这个洞干嘛？
I heard something moving around in the garage.
可能是一个友善的浣熊。
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
不要乱看！为什么要设计这种东西 ？OK， 这游戏就玩到这里了，谢谢大家。哎、这是什么啊？我要玩，这感觉更好玩呢，这个比较开心。我哥在玩假帕利帕游戏耶，这是什么东西？可以跳。
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
看起来蛮舒服的、啊、这里。这是什么语言啊？刚我爸在说什么奇怪的语言啊？啊，为什么这样子？你看他不是啊！我靠，我爸在放魔法哎、欸。
The power had been turned off the night we left.
刚不是说车库有东西在移动
For the first time in years,
第一次什么？
I felt like I was home.
我感觉自己到家了。
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
莫娜是不是玩过这款啊？小叉是不是也玩过、啊？
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
中国菜。
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick. Except our cat, Molly.
我的玛丽是不是还活着啊？为什么不是恐怖游戏要用一些奇怪的声音？
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
所以他为什么要离开这个家？他刚刚有讲吗？
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. 会讲了，不要一直问。好啊。 Nothing in the house looked
我从头到尾都
abnormal.
闭嘴。
There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house. after it sank.
哦，那些字怎么飞进去了？萝莉耶！这张图根本就是用 P 的，你看那个巫婆的脸，根本就 P 的。干嘛啦？风很大，是不是啊？我干，怎么有地下室啊？该不会是音乐盒吧？
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Mountain， 哇，出现一堆人名呢，记不住啊。
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
龙卷风，原来是龙卷风的关系哦。大家都跑了，是不是？哇，你龙卷风上面那些房子都没倒，你在怕什么啊？
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
为什么要有镜头放大这个功能啊？我觉得这游戏怪怪的耶。
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
离地下室远点 ，OK？ 我不会去那里的，我会听妈妈的话。听妈妈的话，你才不会被吓。这里怎么有个暗门啊？这个门是什么鬼啊？ 还用东西封住哎、欸，这个是封住了还是可以？不要乱看
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
为什么要乱看这些小洞？
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
后面有一个星星呢。
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
这门怎么全部都不能开、欸？全部都锁住了。
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
钥匙原来是开这个的吗？哎呦， 神秘小 A 书。
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
哎呦，好酷哦！
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
我妈妈一直以来都在害怕些什么了 ？Oh my fucking god！ 有血！
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
这是血吗？
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
怎么读到这里？原来这是一个看故事哦。
But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
感觉蛮好玩的啊，这游戏。
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even
它这个可以这边
gerbil cage.
它这个系统蛮新奇的，它是要动你的滑鼠哎，不给开嘞。
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Molly， 这是 Mona 的房间。这里怎么还有个门？哎呦，这
I
个
got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
这个萝莉怎么有点恐怖啊？
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
那怎么变暗了？ 我不想要回忆他的记忆，你跟我讲他发生什么事就好了，不用带我体验啊。怎么有厕所？我最怕厕所了。
I kept eating and eating.
傻小，要吃牙膏哎、欸！
I ate a lot of things that
他
night.
的手怎么？这个吃果子的音效，我好像在哪个游戏里听过哎、欸。你该不会连这个也吃吧？你吃给我看。
My Halloween candy was all gone.
哦，
Then I heard chirping outside my window. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Oh my fucking god! What the fuck are you doing, kid?
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore.
哇，原来他会魔法哎！
That mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
哦，我可以自己动哎，好酷哦！
Rabbits.
Rabbit， 抓兔兔。
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
哇操嘞，直接吃
And I
哎，
didn't chew one bit.
一口都没
Then
嚼。
I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
哪里？兔子妈妈。
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
哈哈，傻笑。
I rolled off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
深海迷航。
I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
哟，
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
吃人啦！这游戏好酷哦！
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Yeah. 哇！这样就吃掉了。
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
是一个当动物游戏耶。
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Hey! 这怎么那么难控制啊？它这个控制系统做得好酷哦！我的肚子开始咕咕叫。
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
What？ 它是可以拥有动物的视野吧
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
哇，这个故事这么长哦，这是可以玩很久啊。
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Marty! Marty!
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
那怎么离开？他怎么没有教我怎么关了这东西？
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
天才画家，2笔就能画完一幅画。
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Dun, 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 dun.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, She was a celebrity.
名人。
When Edith told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
这是什么东西啊？他脸长屌欸。
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
这是什么啊？我强迫症，快把它按下来！
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
为什么浴缸会放一个椅子啊？
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
为什么这个房子一堆密道啊？
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
噔噔噔噔噔，当兵照哎。有没有巴斯光年？
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
前方高能，你是不是想骗呢？哎呦，这个好屌哦！这是什么东西？哇，大力士！
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
我抬左脚，我抬右脚，我抬左脚，我抬右脚，我抬左
My brother
脚，
said he'd die before he ate another mushroom.
我抬左脚，我抬右脚，我抬左
At
脚，
Barbara's funeral, we swore.
双脚一起抬，我抬左脚，我抬右脚，我双脚一起抬。嘿，
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
嘿，
ready?
Coming!
But that day,
呃
made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
呃
Maybe if I hadn't said that,
呃
Alvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
呃
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
呃
he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
呃
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
呃 要怎么飞？为什么我没有办法加速诶？哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦！
The day
哇，好
he
晕
made
哦！
up his mind to fly, and he did.
他做到了！你他妈放屁！
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
这里的人是不是都笑诶啊？
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
这是在讲一家人都怎么过世的故事吗？我也不知道哎。怎么有两条路？这是胸罩吗？
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
哦耶，女生的胸罩哎！
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
只是打开一个捷径而已。
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara
这个比较恐怖一些。
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
过气。
Lucky break. She'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
傻
was
笑。
Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
"这可以攻击耶！
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
"全力打！哈！哈！哈！" 我看不清楚哎。哦，2楼。我怎么走回来了？谁说这不是恐怖游戏？
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
"现在在干嘛？我不能动哎。 我真的不能动啊！ 不行啊，我滑鼠想转掉，它会调回来，上下移动也不行。这是很好玩啊！为什么不玩个假帕里帕，大家都开心？我真的不能动啊！直接退出就可以了吗？破关了，耶！
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think
Getting
you just need the right
better.
motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
I'm hearing frustration,
这生小
but
孩。
I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
又来了，
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
gang's leader is the infamous Hookman Killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
傻笑。
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
"还来呀、
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
There's gotta be another way out of here.
"这好像阴思路的画风哦。
She played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
啥故事还没结束？走这么慢干嘛、
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
很会哦。
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was
小小要家里藏那么多人是怎样？
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Barbara. Barbara.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
"这里到底是吸了什么东西啊？"
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
我怎么觉得变暗了啊？
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Dun 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 dun. Oh my fucking god!
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Barbara.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
根本看不到路啊！
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
哇哦，好多食物哦，
If there's a
兄
pattern
弟
in。all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
哇，这个声音好 man 哦。
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive the week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today.
这是什么？
I always expected to be
Ew.
dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
为什么听到 Fortnite 的音乐啊？
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever
他
that
吃
thing
到
was,
手都长痘痘了。
maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
他每天都吃这个耶，好猛哦！
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara,
我要找到那个怪物哦。
and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially.
Appreciate.
I don't mind if I only have a year left.
他到底几岁了？
Month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Long
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
这家
I'm
人到底
sure
在
my
搞
mom
毛
was
啊？
trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself.
弄戏神
Found out
作，
what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
这里根本没铁轨，是要弄啥回？
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
可能与你现在的感觉一样，我也觉得很奇怪，我完
I
全
think
不知道这是在冲
people
他
in
小。
these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
他们都被洗脑了。
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
《史丹利的预言》我玩过啊。
We've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
建造房子之前，先建好墓地。
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Charlie, Darcy, Lucy, Trucker, Coco, Zoe.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
爸爸啦，他只活了16岁。哇，这个人几岁啊？93岁。
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
你才没有理解嘞！你家都是疯子。
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
怀孕了耶，被嘟了。
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Not quite.
What? It's too early, Dad. Hey.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Smile, Dawn. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your... Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up. Great shot, Dawn!
The great shot, Dawn！ 拍到这个照片也太屌了吧！
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Dawn. Just gotta reset the timer.
是这样。哦。
Hang on, kiddo. Just trying to get a shot of the together.
itching. I think
That's
it's
totally
sick.
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
这个死，这个死法也太无言了吧！
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
这家人是不是都低能啊？我先是要离开了吗？现在干嘛？
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
哪里？这边怎么会有门？
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
这是什么东西？怎么看起来是一个世纪毁灭器啊？哇靠！这个小孩太恐怖了吧！
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
只有他能看见。
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Watching over Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin.
真笑。
Whatever it was, he saw. It sure made him happy. I know how silly it sounds. But I worry about a baby being too happy. I can feel him slip.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
电话很多欸。
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything.
Wow. 这跟深海迷航有得比耶。
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
这到底是什么吸毒游戏啊？
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I know.
Husband and wife. Make him cry.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
This 真的是看大家是怎么死的游戏耶。龙卷风来喽！
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
这好好玩哦！
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. And all my father said to this was, make the music louder.
哇，拉来拉来，哇！
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you. She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Gus 剩3个人，4个。有吗？
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
怎么会有人家里有这种东西呀？
It was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Sanjay.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Aston. Kingdom. Order. Cast. Business. Genius. Business.
Beginning of the end.
Oh my god, 渔夫要死了
When Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
我妹妹刚刚叫我起床吃早餐，等等要跟她出去逛街布罗克巴克。
Wake up!
这家也人
Milton
太多
Finch
人了吧？
in The magic paintbrush.
Hmm? 我怎么看到一个奇怪的东西啊？阿丘，我怎么觉得它的页数没有在减少啊？
I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
跑去2次元了。
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
连从房间里面都不能开门。
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's
精
psychiatrist,
神
I
病
can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
好酷哦，有2条路可以走哎，有没有这一条？
And things that had not names. He knew it was all in his head.
好多咸鱼哦。
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis.
这不就跟我上课的时候用脑袋玩游戏一样吗？
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
哇，我有宠物了，捡宝宠。
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always
心不在焉死去。
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. Conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. We started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of his electric sitar.
太多路了吧？
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
哇，已经变成全荧幕了。
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
太闪啦！我有这种想象力，也不错哎。哇！
he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
再一回合就好。
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
完了，我已经
We began to forget the world we know.
我已经进入这世界嘞。诶，
I think it pained me
超
to
级
remember
咸鱼
Lewis,
炼制厂
the。cannery worker.
干
Began to
这里有
despise
点
the
臭
man。with a royal contempt.
很熟练哦，小哥。小哥 ，Wake up！
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who insisted on advising. His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
节哀顺变。
My brother was really cool.
咸鱼大师。
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now was to tell you about that last night.
哇，这里蛮舒服的，这个腿。
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
为啥台主退去要叫焦秃 ，YouTube 要叫血秃？啊？
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
.为什么我已经缴费了台湾之星，还在跟我说本期应缴300块啊？
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
太黑了，我看不到路啊。
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
完了，这游戏会让人发疯。
Stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
小叶怎么还在？他不是在玩文明帝国吗？
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
我现在都玩一些会让人发疯的游戏。
Out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
没有水。
I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
莫娜说她没玩过啊。
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
怎么可能会迷路？直直走就到啦。
I got turned around.
哪里？刚明没路。
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
他刚控制我想走这里，我不管。
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
老奶奶的手。
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here? It's mine. Edith! Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
是怎样？我读到一半呢。
Mom dragged me to the car.
我妈还活着哦。
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
现在是怎样？
Next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
呜，这个很龟狗哦。
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot.
哎，
The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
好大的血哦！
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
小孩出生了。
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
这是什么？这是真人真事吗？小孩做的。看不懂这个想表达什么东西耶？这游戏太高智商了。 这应该算那种电子小说游戏吧？该玩假帕利帕啦！假帕利帕嘿！这该不会是叫每个工作人员把小时候的照片 po 上来吧？哇 ，shotgun！画的真好诶！重玩故事是什么鬼？